Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we're going to be talking about the new Precons. So there is 4 new Precons that were revealed today. We're going to be talking about some of the newer cards. We're going to be talking about overall what the decks are and everything along those lines. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the reprints as well. Now, I will, pre-warning, the reprints aren't as good as the MKM ones. The MKM and, even the Doctor Who ones were amazing. The LCI ones, amazing. This is more in line with, I think, the Fallout ones where, there's some decent kind of reprints in here, some that aren't too bad, but they're not kind of, breaking the bank or, $40 plus cards or, even huge staples that are kind of getting reprinted here. So the first one here we're going to talk about is Olivia. So this is the most wanted deck. Her deck is primarily built around outlaws. So you've got like any assassins, mercs, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. Those are the things that kind of fit in there. It's also got a more minor theme, in my opinion, more minor theme, but it's like, the secondary theme, which is treasures, a bunch of stuff around kind of treasures. You got Olivia who sacks treasures and stuff like that. But I say more minor theme because I think it's missing some of the big kind of, treasure-based stuff. The new cards here are, as I mostly built around, generating mercs, creating merc soldiers and stuff like that, doing stuff with your outlaws because, outlaws before OTJ wasn't a thing. This Vihan is the other kind of face commander that you can potentially use who animates your treasures, which is really, really cool in my opinion. But yeah, most stuff kind of built around outlaws and stuff. In regards to like the higher quality reprints, for some reason, once again, they've reprinted Academy Manufacturer. I understand why, because, this is a treasure-based deck or the, treasures are there. You're going to be generating a whole bunch of treasures, but it is a little bit more confusing for newer players because it's something they're probably not going to get used to immediately. The other thing is that, it's a decent kind of reprint there. We've got Brina, the Demagogue. I'm probably butchering that. She's like an $11-ish card kind of thing, a decent quality kind of card as well, reprinted in here. One thing that you'll notice is that there is a lot of warlocks. I didn't expect quite so many kind of warlocks in here. There's assassins, there's rogues, and there's some some shapeshifters in here too. But there is a lot more warlocks than I kind of would have expected. They went hard into kind of like the warlocks and the kind of, they've got some +1/+1 kind of synergies in there as well. We've got Mary, the killing Quill, who is kind of getting up there a little bit. And, with the Assassins deck coming out as well for Assassin's Creed, she's most likely a card that most people would kind of be wanting from there. Vane Witch Coven here. Whenever you gain life, you can pay black to return a creature to your hand. We've got Witch of the Moors. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature and you return up to 1 target creature from your graveyard to your hand. That's another interesting thing, is that there's some kind of life gain stuff based in here. I assume it's mostly because, Olivia's got lifelink and stuff, but some of the creatures that they chose, like, these guys here based around like life gain and stuff, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting choice. Like, there's not a huge amount of like, lifelink in other areas. Like, you don't even have like a basilisk collar or something like that to give to everything. You got Nighthawk Scavenger, I guess that's another one in there. There's like, some other vampires and stuff. But not a huge amount of kind of stuff there. We've got Boros Charm over here, which isn't a too bad of one, and Helios Intervention as well. Both really nice kind of reprints there. Seize the Spotlight over here, making it, a decent kind of, reprint there, getting treasures, getting cards, some choosing, getting control of other people's creatures and stuff along those lines. Lightning Greaves. We've got... Lightning Greaves. We've got Reign of Riches down here as well. This is a really, really nice reprint in my opinion. Backley, blah, 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 blah. And then in regards to the lands, we've got some nice ones as well. Command Beacon, Fetid Heath, Sapphira Springs, Black Cleave Cliffs. They actually have some really nice kind of reprints in my opinion of the kind of lands as well. All right, next we've got the Grand Larceny one. So this is built around stealing stuff. Not as great a kind of reprint in here. Also, I was surprised that Doc Arlock made it in here. I guess it kind of makes sense. He makes sense in the deck and stuff like that, but he's just an OTJ card, so they kind of, put some of the OTJ card in here, which is really nice. So Gontai built around stealing other people's stuff. Whenever you deal combat damage to a player, you get to look at the top card of their library, exile it face down, then you can play it for as long as it remains exiled. So it doesn't even need to be by the end of the turn or anything like that. A very decent kind of steal there. As in regards to the actual new cards, Felix 5 Boots looks really interesting. Double all your combat triggers, but in Sultai colors. Got to be very, very interesting commander there. Most of the stuff, built around stealing stuff, whether it's going to be from people's graveyard with Arcane Heist or just, exiling it. Exile target spell an opponent controls. So you get to interrupt and then exile the spell and steal it away. And then whenever it attacks, you may cast that spell without paying its mana. Mostly, as I said, mostly stuff around kind of stealing or making use of stealing stuff. I think the Grand Larceny is the one that kind of melds the best kind of together. In regards to reprints, you got Brain Stealer Dragon, really nice kind of reprint there for stealing stuff, and Fallen Shinobi here, built around exiling top cards of people's library and then being able to play them before the end of turn without paying their mana costs. Really, really nice one. We've got over in the spells over here, we've got 3 visits, going to be able to look up some forests and stuff like that. Is there actually some forests in here that are reprinted? There's not really, do they have any actual forests, or is it just all, yeah, it's just all, I guess you can, Sunken Hollows in here, so assumedly you've got, what, is my brain not working? I don't think, I can't see any 2-color green lands that are forests. Kind of weird. I probably just missed them somehow. Am I? Does it just have those 2 in there? Island Swamp. Yeah, that's weird. All right, so you can only get a forest with this? That doesn't seem right. Anyway, we've got Mind's Gelation as well down here in the enchantments, getting to exile the top cards of people's library and then be able to cast them. We've got Darkslick Shores over here, Twilight Mere, and Underground River. All 3 kind of reprints that are decent too for lands. Not all that many. There's only 6 cards here that are, super great reprints in my opinion. Even then, there's not really any that are kind of pushing it too hard. Mind's Gelation is probably the one that's pushing it the most, up to $8.73. But, it's yeah, as I said, not huge kind of value in here in the reprints. Quick Draw, however, on the other hand, has some really decent reprints. So this is built around spell slinging, throwing spells at people, casting a whole bunch of spells per turn and everything like that. Tavan, for some reason, is up there as boom. Yeah. Anyway, so the new kind of cards in here built around casting more spells. Eris is cost 2 less to cast for each different mana, so that's a very nice card. Whenever you cast your second one, create a red dragon elemental. More stuff around, just reducing the cost of your instants and sorceries, or adding mana for instants and sorceries. Stuff to kind of take advantage of casting more spells, so giving stuff Storm and stuff. Two new Storm spells. Crackling Spellslinger looks insane. The next instant or sorcery you cast has Storm. That would be insane with a huge plotted kind of turn. That'd be really crazy. Yeah, that's actually pretty bonkers. In regards to reprints in here, we've got Bloodthirsty Adversary, which is seeing I believe it's a whole bunch of use within within Standard, I think it was. Either way, a really, really kind of decent card there. Tavan as well. Veyran getting a reprint there. Not too bad. You know, Archmage Emeritus as well. Why not? Electrostatic Field, not too bad of a reprint either. We've got, like, over here, we've got Winged Boots, which isn't, you know, isn't too bad of a kind of reprint there. Cursed Mirror, oh no, not Cursed Mirror. Enchantments, you know, you've got like Propaganda, Arcane Bombardment, Shark Typhoon, all really kind of great reprints. Your lands, you've got like Cascade Bluffs here. Shivan Reef's not too bad. You know, like the Pain lands aren't too bad either. And then, like, in regards to like your instants, you know, Pongified, not too bad. Arcane Dinas, not too bad. Galvanic Iteration, Rousing Refrain, Preordained's kind of borderline. Whether it's kind of a good reprint or not a good reprint, like a high value reprint or not, like 311. I think there's cheaper versions of Preordained than that, right? Yeah, there's like a $1 on there. Yeah, $1. Yeah, so it's not huge, not huge. Right, and then our final one here is Desert Bloom. So Desert Bloom, I honestly think Desert Bloom's the most, how do I explain, the least exciting of the reprint of the decks. But we'll get into that in a different video where we kind of go through the gameplay and stuff like that. So Desert Bloom. The new cards, you've got Kiri, who's cares about plant folk and tree folk, which is weird. You've got some stuff to be able to bring back lands. So Angel of Indemnity brings back lands, but it can bring up back creatures as well when it enters the battlefield. Sand Scout around sacking your lands, creating some sand stuff. You know, just, you know, general kind of desert caring about stuff. June Chanter turns all of your lands into deserts. Turns everything into deserts. I don't know. The new cards don't seem super interesting to me, at least, but maybe I'm wrong there. Anyway, as for in regards to reprints down here, we've got like Ancient Green Warden, which is probably one of the more expensive reprints from the whole set, besides like Veyran and Brianna. Rimacap Excavator as well is not too bad, and same with Oracle of Oracle of Muldiah. Omnath is not too bad either. Even Scoot Swarm isn't too bad. World Shaper, like there's a few decent kind of reprints for creatures in here. Perpetual Timepiece, again, another card that's not too bad. Just kind of mill yourself a little bit. Mill yourself so that way you can get some more lands into your graveyard there. In regards to like your instants, nothing really great. Like nothing really great in regards to reprints there. Like all of the reprints with this deck are all in the creatures. Like all the good reprints. Like even, yeah, I don't know. Even like the lands, the land base is just reprinted deserts, but they're not the like. They're the reprinted deserts that like even like the tap deserts are in here. Like they just went and reprinted a whole bunch of deserts. Whether they were, you know, decent or not, they're just reprinted deserts. So like the Desert of Fervor kind of thing. Yeah, there's not kind of a huge amount of kind of reprints in that one. So in regards to like value from reprints, Quick Draw probably has the best kind of value in regards to reprint, with Most Wanted kind of being second up there, Grand Larceny third, and then Desert Bloom having like, you know, some decent reprinted creatures, but that's kind of it. Not like anything that's huge value. Actually, I think Desert Bloom's slightly above Grand Larceny in regards to like value for worth in regards to reprints. Grand Larceny kind of also kind of bogs it down with like 3 different good reprinted lands at least, while Desert Bloom has like an awful mana base. Like this is up there as one of the worst mana bases I've seen at a Precon. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and goodbye.